Asian Network reports.
Next, it's been named the best university in Europe, but the University of Oxford has been making headlines for not having enough British Asians and black students. Raj Kaur Bilku has been to meet female Asian students from Newham, East London, who've applied to study there and have spoken about the challenge they faced.
There's poverty in East London, but there's no poverty in ambition.
Selina Begum is hoping to study at Oxford University. She's one of many at Newham Collegiate Sixth Form with such ambitious goals, but one of few in her family.
I could be the first graduate in my family. I can set a precedent for my family because I've got younger siblings, and if I can make it, then anyone can make it.
Newham is one of the most deprived boroughs in London, so the prospect of studying at one of the most prestigious universities in the world is both exciting and daunting.
Hi, I'm Erin Faruqi. I got 10 A stars and 1 A at GCSE. There will be, I think, a bit of a culture shock in the sense that I've never really been in such a small environment, in such a maybe less diverse environment.
But how much of a culture shock is there? I went to Oxford and met up with former NCS students to find out.
Visually, I definitely stick out. Considering I'm the only hijabi on my course, I'm probably the only Pakistani on the course as well.
Zarina Arshad will be the first from her college to graduate from the University of Oxford.
Another thing that I've struggled with adapting to is religion. At home, I feel like I belong to a community that has a strong set of beliefs, whereas here, your beliefs are questioned, you're encouraged to interrogate every aspect of your belief, and while that's very good for upholding your beliefs, it can be very challenging.
How different is Oxford to East London?
It's a completely change of scenery.
Mona Lisa Saha is a first-year history and English student.
We always say there's this thing called the Oxford bubble, and it's kind of this place like suspended from reality, which isn't always a good thing because you do kind of tend to lose touch with the real world.
Oxford University has recently been criticised for failing to enrol enough black and Asian students, but Zarina reckons things are changing.
I think Oxford is finally realising, and the people in the university are finally realising that it's time for something different. It's time for more diversity, and it's time for a multiculturalism that exists in the nation to be reflected in the university.
First-year history student Safa Ahmed thinks the Asian community could do more.
Oxford is very often seen as a very white-dominated, middle-class-dominated university, and even though statistically it is, we can change that if more people from our backgrounds and our communities come and try to apply here, because so many of us are so capable, but we don't really give ourselves the chance.
One thing I was surprised to hear was that some students who were offered a place at Oxford struggled to convince their parents to let them go there, just because they're girls.
I think when I first spoke about it, there were these limitations and they were kind of worried, you know, it's a new environment, you're going to be there by yourself, especially as a young female.
Coming from a primarily Asian cultural community, some of my friends have considered moving away from university, but just haven't been able to apply even because their parents weren't okay with them kind of going away from home.
My name is Mohsin Ismail. I'm the principal of the Newham Collegiate Sixth Form. We got 88% A to Bs last year, and 95% of our students got offers at Russell Group universities. We're always dealing with parents who may have concerns about sending their children outside of London. Newham is quite an insular borough. It's not as diverse as we would like to think. We have some very, very able students who are capable of aspiring to these fantastic universities, and why shouldn't we give them every opportunity to succeed and do well there?
So, what would Safa's advice be for anyone thinking of studying at Oxford?
Don't let your background or who you are stop you from aiming high. That's one thing that I definitely did to begin with, but now I'm here, so...
A spokesperson for the university said the number of ethnic minority students at Oxford is increasing, but admitted there is still more work to do.